Okay, all right then. We're getting very close to the end. The interesting thing is you've actually answered some of the questions. Talking about user research, there is a question here. We're talking about the specific things that you did to get real-time feedback from your customers in the early stages of your business. I know you've mentioned Facebook analytics. You've also mentioned the fact that when you started, you used Shopify as opposed to WordPress, and you already just have access to your analytics on the back end. So that answers that question. Are there any other specific things you used apart from those ones I've mentioned?
So in terms of user research, we had to place follow-up phone calls at some point because we needed, there's something called Net Promoter Score. Now we realized that everybody was raving about our customer service at the time. I'll be very honest, because of COVID, we sort of had a lot of customer service issues. Like I said, it was difficult, but I think we're back and better now. However, we realized everybody was saying your customer service is so good, and that's the reason why people will come buy from us, even though there were people that were selling for cheaper. It was so interesting to observe. And so that was definitely something we wanted to, get more insight on. And so we placed phone calls. I assigned members of my team to call people. I called some people myself. And we used a tool. It's a tool. It's not a physical tool called Net Promoter Score. Net Promoter Score is one of the ways you can measure, customer experience, customer satisfaction. And it's very simple. If you ask them, so I asked Shanita on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to refer us to your friends and family? So I'm not asking you how likely are you to buy again. I'm not asking you how likely are you to, I'm asking you how likely are you to refer somebody to us, because that's like the highest level. And, if your answer is either 9 or 10, that's what we're aiming for. That's really, really good. If the answer is between, we say that 9 or 10 are people that are likely to be your brand ambassadors, and they are people that you probably want to shower some more love on and give them incentives. If someone is between 7 to 8, it means that there's room to convert them, but you also want to really get feedback from them as to what you can improve. People that between 1 and 6, amen, God help you. If you have a lot of people in that category, it means you're not doing so well. You will always have people for in that category, but it points to the fact that there is a massive issue, with your customer service. I think for us, we had a lot of people, on the other side of town. We had lots of 7s and 8s and 9s and 10s. And so that was definitely some feedback for us. So user research, but like Shaitan said, I also did mention that with the ads that you run, you can see metrics of where are people coming from, how much are they spending. You can see that on Shopify. If Shopify doesn't capture it, because people will not always buy on Shopify, especially Africans, some people will go on WhatsApp and buy, right? But you have your team record all of that. So basically a spreadsheet you've created, all of that information will give you very useful insight as to where to spend more money. When you want to get an influencer, you will know, okay, my people are in Lagos, right? So let me get an influencer in Lagos to have more people in Lagos. Or you're saying, oh, I already have enough people in Lagos. I want to move to Abuja now. So let me get an influencer that's in Abuja, or let me get an influencer that's in Kenya. Or if you want to expand internationally, it just gives you insight as to all of that information.
Thank you so much, Kieva. If you can just tell me what the name of that app is, the one you use to make the phone calls, because a lot of people are asking. Can you just repeat the name?
Oh, I didn't use an app to make the phone calls. So it was just phone calls, really. But we had a sheet where we were recording their score. We created a sheet for ourselves. Although I'd like to think that if you Google Net Promoter Score, NPS, Net Promoter Score, you can read up, some more. It's just very simple.
Yeah. Then we'll be taking questions in the next 2 minutes. The last thing I would just wanted to ask you here is what differences, if any, have you noticed in the way customers use products internationally? So obviously we're in a digital space, and as a business owner, you're thinking about your local customers. But now that you have access with shipping and the internet, would you say that there's a difference in the way the international audience perceives your business?
So this is a two-sided question, and I'm going to answer in like 3 different ways, and hope everybody catches the answer that is for them. If you are African, right, and you're running a business, and your business is very excellent, which is one of our core values at all of my businesses actually. If you are very excellent international standard, it becomes easy for you to tend to an international audience because our atmosphere for business here kind of stretches us, you know. So if you're turning to someone who is in an atmosphere where things are probably easier and all of that, you've developed your muscles, so it's actually easy. Most people think that, oh, I want to expand internationally, and now I'm having this imposter syndrome, feeling a bit of fear. But I've realized from experience that, oh my God, I'm so brilliant. Like, y'all don't know anything. Like, Nigeria made me tough, So that's one aspect of the answer. On another side, I observed that for us, the international audience is more educated, right? So if you're not educated, you may not be able to serve an international audience. That's just my observation. And this one thing that I think will make everybody a better business owner. I realized when I was bootstrapping my business that every question someone asked me always made me go back to Google to learn more. Now, I didn't go to a school to learn about jewelry. I was self-taught, right? And I was running businesses that were more successful than people who spend thousands of dollars learning, the jewelry business. It was because I was hungry. I was hungry for knowledge and I was hungry to serve well. So education, I'm saying this because I've seen business owners who someone is asking you questions and then you get tired and you start to answer rudely because you're like, oh, after asking me all these questions, you won't even pay me money anyway. However, I didn't take that mindset. My quest to serve go out of my way to answer my customers' questions actually made me better at the business I was building. And it also made me build a business that was very appealing internationally because we're very educated. And that was another thing people were saying about us, that you guys just know your stuff. Everybody on my team knew their stuff. So what differences have I noticed in the way my customers use products and services? I'll think in terms of education, yes, but I'll also say that I realized that I was, very equipped. I thought that I would have to, feel a bit of low self-esteem, but the moment I stepped into international waters, that wasn't the case. And I hope that answers that question.